Pick Ezreal. We've seen Ezreal banned the entire series away from Taeyoon. Do we see the Ezreal snagged here by Peyz? I mean, Peyz is an unbelievable Ezreal player. So I do think that Peyz has been the best performing member of JDG, not just in this series, but all year. Giving Peyz at Ezreal the first team AD that we had for both the official LPL channel as well as our vote.
They say never get baited by hovers, but this actually could. Okay, I thought for a second maybe we were actually going to see that locked in because Monki is starting to get down a little bit in the pool here, right? You know, he's no Skarner available, no Pantheon, no Viego, no Xinjiao, Trundle band, Lilia band, Vi band. Like, Wukong's out too. He's also digging for Lin.
I like Neferi a lot here for Shun. He has been quite good in the champion. You can't play Pantheon. Sejuani also a decent option. So
this is good.
Maybe some
Pick
melee.
Yone, slam Yone.
Yeah, could be good.
7-0 on Yone. Do it. There we go.
We have seen Yone be out and going to have to see what Karis can play into it. We'll say in hindsight, I think denying the Karma that early was a little questionable. You're really going to have to avoid being overwhelmed now by the Sejuani plus the Yone. Karis' Akali is 3-0 and can play really well around Sejuani. Does make a little bit more sense now as to like why they banned out Lilia, I think, too. But I'm surprised at where we've been going here in terms of at least Monki and his pool, because it's going to get really narrowed. I mean, you got to imagine that we're going to see a Poppy ban now. And you got to play, you have to play something tanky if you're Monki, because you're looking at a Karma support, right? So he's got to play some form of engage.
Yeah, again, we're starting to get into the issue where you have to choose between saving Taeyoon's pool or saving Monki's pool, right? And it looks like they elected to save Taeyoon's pool here by giving him this Jhin Karma, because it will allow you to get some of these picks off. You can't let Karis wait until the second half to pick, so Monki is just going to have to play with the hand he's been dealt here. It's going to be very, very difficult for him to play this game unless he finds a really snappy pick.
I mean, in terms of like the rest of his pool, like we're really reaching here if we're Monki. Like pretty much the only champ that he's played more than 3 times that's on the table is Neferi. And if you're going to play Neferi here, I don't think that's the pick for the game. I really like how Neferi Jhin works, but I think you need something tankier. So I'm kind of curious to see what Monki ends up going for, because again, this is a team where what Monki says goes.
Ooh, you could pick Galio here for Cube.
Yeah, you want to see top first, though. You want to see top first.
Well, what I'm saying is, yeah, because, I mean, Galio would be pretty okay for JDG too is the issue. I was saying, like, you could do that and then play Neferi, and now you can protect your Neferi, you can protect your Akali, but again, as you said, the tankiness issue would occur. So we'll see what the options are. Looks like we're just going to default to bread and butter jungler Jarvan.
Yeah, I hate it. You're up against
I do too, man.
No one where Cataclysm gets you insane value, or you can trade that for flashes. So this does enable you to kind of be pseudo frontline to try and catch those glacial prisons. And you can still flag and drag out, but I don't think this is the right game for Jarvan. I would have much rather preferred to see something like an Olaf even for Monki this game, which he has played twice. Like, you have a Karma. You can play into the Sejuani. Okay, well, they're going to put missing on Yuumi. Frankly, I would do the same thing after I saw him play Rakan in the last game. I respect that. And that Renekton ban opening up for Camille, or it could make some sense here. As I think Aatrox, Camille, and Bessa, yeah, just pick a melee here.
They said, bro, get off the controller. Get off the sticks.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy, bro.
It's true.
Playing so bad he goes on Yuumi duty. And we're going to see a blind Camille here for Allah.
At Renekton's down. There is a world where we can actually put Akali into Camille. It's actually one of... it's a really bad matchup for Camille top, now that we've seen Cube play it. But if you want to get really weird here, we could see Karis and Cube kind of flip things up. But... no, it's just going to be Ambessa taking it. I really like JDG's draft. I feel like we're going to go to a 1v1 to see who gets game 5 side select.
This draft is pretty exotic.
The Jarvan was not it, man.
Insane.
Like, what does Jarvan do in this draft? I know that there's not a lot of CC for Akali, so I think there's a world where Karis can like get in the back line and really wreak havoc. Jhin as well can bring some control, but I think Jarvan, like, this isn't a great game, a great control for Jarvan. And there's a lot of scaling for JDG, and that concerns me.
Yeah, and one other thing, Cubby, is where's your lockdown, right? Like, Jarvan's lockdown pretty good against some champions, and against none of the champions on the side of JDG. And now we're tethering some of these targets. We are relying on tethering Yone. We are relying on tethering Camille.
Scouts
we are
Yone
relying
too.
on tethering Ezreal.
Scouts
Guess
Yone,
what?
man. Oof.
That's not going to work. There are too many threats and not enough answers for the side of Team WE here, Cubby. I couldn't agree more with you based on this draft. I mean, JDG rolled over this draft. Now, the only thing is they need to actually make it happen on the Rift because their play has been questionable.
Yeah, it has. Again, Vampire's outperformed Missing so far in the series. That's been kind of crazy to me. But I do not like this draft for Team WE. It really feels like the onus of execution is on them to do a lot early. If not, Camille's ability to play into Ambessa later on the side is going to be extreme. The Ezreal Yuumi is really tough to lock down, so it's going to be a tricky one for Team WE, but we'll see.
The Gyos ringing true as Team WE are on the doorstep of knocking out JDG. It's going to be tough. We've talked about our qualms with the Team WE team composition, Cubby.
The bot thinks it's better later for WE, man.
Listen.
I cannot.
You have so much beef with him.
I do. It's so bad. I can't fathom what goes on over there in their solo queue because I know it's based on that.
That's actually pretty good.
It's got to be some jank stuff going on over there, you know?
All right. So, we have mentioned that we do not like what WE is doing. How is WE going to win this game and convert this composition? I think Vampire and Taeyoon are going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting because we're going to need to see members of JDG get hit from a range and rooted up. And then, only then, do I think we're going to see a Monki and a Karis follow-up into kills.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I think that they just have to win early. And if they're able to set behind JDG at all, I really feel like at the moment it looks like Monki and Shun are both pathing towards top, as Shun actually will be spotted taking his Raptor second with a red. If they see him go down, this could be a lot of info for the Jhin Karma. I'm kind of curious if we get like a two-wave crash, which isn't ideal in this lane, but it could help you protect you from the gank. Yeah, look at that. Shun's going to get around the ward. Now, he did dip through that brush, so he didn't go directly down. So he might have tried to feed some false info over to Team WE, who will see Monki when he hits his Raptors. There is a ward in the river that might help their bot lane. They did crash on two, which is not typical. And yeah, you can see how aggressively Peyz is playing here.
Okay, we forced the cleanse out of Taeyoon. Still have the heal available.
No, do not hit this wave. Oh boy, they're in trouble. That's going to be bad. This is a good path from Shun, and yeah, Taeyoon being...
There he is.
It's spotted.
The heal to try to get that movement speed away. Yeah, that's... I mean, it's a good response by WE, but yeah, a little too aggressive.
Even with what's going on, though, like, Shun was able to at least buy some time, some space for both Peyz and Missing, so I think that still matters a bit.
Yeah, let him breathe a little bit.
But, like, again, you're setting yourself all the pretty far behind. Yeah, he's
gonna... bro.
Oh, yes. Yes.
That's my good boy jungler right there. He is playing for the team.
Playing for the win con, baby.
Yeah, level 3 here for Vampire and Taeyoon, but as well as Peyz on the route. Missing! What are you doing? He detached, but Shun not able to at least save the day. It's going to be first blood go for WE. It is going to be a trade as Vampire is unable to escape the clutches of Peyz.
Okay, I mean, that's going to be a lot of camps now being taken away from the Sejuani. That wave is at least pushing back into Taeyoon and Vampire, so I feel like that's the best case scenario. It's still a lot of sums burned. Okay, yeah, Monki as calculated. Well played, Monki. As we'll see what if he can impact this top lane matchup on Camille. I do have to say, a lot of eyes need to be on Monki after this, Yanni, because he got really, really far ahead with all the time that Shun spent bot to try and make sure that his scaling bot lane was set up for success early on. To the point that Shun, even with the G-Belt, he's just going to go straight for his respawn Raptors, which he's going to be waiting for. But man, Monki gets 3 quadrants for 2 gank spot. It ends up being 2 kills going over to JDG. As you can see, Shun not spotted. And yeah, missing jumping off. And he doesn't... He didn't have the cooldown to get back. Thought he was going to be able to kite it out. And it was Taeyoon and Vampire able to make sure they punished. Vampire getting the kill is a bit of a whatever.
Oh, hang on, Vampire
he just
slowed
went
up, and
straight
he's going to
pot.
die
Okay.
down here.
We're
And
camping him.
Shun is playing for his AD carry.
Dude, what did the coaches in Peyz say to these guys after this game? Like you're ganking my lane 3 times before 5 minutes, or I'm going to try and go to KT this offseason.
Well, I mean,
Feels like one of those
I guess
things,
it didn't get through to missing, man, because somehow he still managed to die. Even though it was a positive play, I'm still a little stupefied by that. But regardless, things starting to go JDG's way early on in this game. There is a bit of a CS discrepancy in the jungle here, and a level discrepancy, just a little bit.
As is expected. Look what's happened bot lane. Taeyoon and Vampire are looking at their top side like, please God, make sure that we win this in 4. If not, then we'll see what happens game 5.
You do have strong solo laners on each side, right?
Oh my God, he's back.
Things are guess who's back? Back again.
You gotta learn, guys.
Shun is
Oh,
back. Okay.
Vibe check.
They knew, bro. The thumbs up too. Hits him with the okay.
Oh my
Things
God.
are not okay. I'm sure internally Taeyoon is screaming, crying, hoping his jungler and the rest of his team does something. His scout has to fate sealed his way out of a mid lane skirmish.
No way we take that. Okay.
Do it.
I
bad, but
always
do
the one thing I really liked from near airport in their run is Double Diff calling Jin W Mr. Useful. I love that. That was an example of Mr. Useful there from. It doesn't matter where you're at in the game as Jin. You hit your W, you're Mr. Useful.
Yeah. Well, Shun had to head back up to the top side to clear out some camps, which means that Monki has purchased to go and take care of this dragon. He is already level 6 to Shun's level 4, so interested to see if Monki starts to get the ball rolling soon before Shun is able to make an impact with his ultimate.
Dude, Peyz went backstage and was like, "You failed the Kindred game. You are my dog for this next one." It's like turbo
Cubby.
behind in this game.
Cubby, you got to bark, bro.
Oh my goodness.
You've done it once before. I need you to do it again, brother.
It wasn't. I mean, we'll see. If Peyz carries, then it's a maybe, you know. But I honestly don't mind the approach. Like, I know we're joking about it, but you're setting up your Ezreal Yuumi for success. This is Peyz's Ezreal. He is incredible on this champion, right? I think the 2 champs that, you know, when Peyz picks, it's like it's must-watch League of Legends when he plays this, when he plays Kalista. Those are the 2 champs. Like, I'd really credit Peyz for just being like an unbelievably good player on these 2 champions. And you have the Yuumi, you have all the help in the world from the Sejuani early on. We're going to have to see if they can cash on in. As Cube's going to be a little bit sad, seeing that they did swap the lanes up. And yeah, that wave's probably going to be frozen on him here on the top side.
It'll be tough to break that one up. We'll have to see.
They should take the red. Go take Shun's red. If Monkey's able to get in here, like, again, he'd be up 2 levels. This could be really good, actually, if Monkey reads this.
See what the move is. Monki is just going to clear out his scuttle. Maybe he needs MOBA Trainer to help him out with jungle pathing.
Yeah.
But instead, he will back, try to secure those grubs. As you said, again, both sides would really love to have these grubs. I think they might be a little bit better on JDG.
I actually think if they fought here, man, like, I know grubs are one thing. I think if they walked into the bot side jungle, that was the move. And I know that we aren't playing with full info on their side, but like, you see this Ezreal Yuumi top side. You know how far behind the Sejuani is. Go fight. Instead, playing for the objective, though. I really feel like you could have taken a bot side, though, and just gotten a Jarvan so big where you can actually start the force in the Ezreal Yuumi, and that's real. Whereas at the moment, they're just going to take the reset and make sure they get the grubs for free. But this does give Shun some time to kind of stabilize, get back in the game. He will sack the objective, but will be the swaps coming on in, and tempo being delayed here as Cube. That's he doesn't have a TP, so that's expensive.
Yeah, that's really good. Going to get Ala some of this gold down here. You didn't get him any grubs, but he will be able to make hay in his own way, get a plate for himself, and get out. JDG nursing a very small gold lead at this moment, but things have calmed down a little bit here. And for JDG, I think you're pretty okay with that, right? You give your Camille, you give your Yone, you give your Ezreal time to hit their spikes. Once we hit level 2 on them, it'll be pretty big. This Monki all up in Shun's jungle. Shun will secure that blue buff.
Yeah, that's really nice. And you can see the swaps are just going to continue. JDG doing everything in their power to make sure that it's Peyz that will be big in this game. Again, Peyz been their best performing player this entire split. With all the question marks that, you know, have gone down, and rightfully so, towards JDG, not one single person has thrown any of those questions at Peyz. Peyz has done nothing but perform on this team.
Yeah.
And really everything, all the eggs in the Peyz basket for this one. This is the big move that JDG made in the offseason, of course, that Peyz ruler seat swap going on. Peyz has been fantastic to split. We'll see if he can be fantastic in this game to continue JDG's split, as again, he's been given everything in his power to try and pop off. In a game where I think it's really tough to lock him down if you're Team WE.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. They don't really have the tools, right? You know, Cataclysm, it's shifted out. Then it's a follow-up, you know, route from Taeyoon, maybe. That's the only thing that I could see. But even then, Peyz is really not concerned with that.
Yeah.
You know, he took teleport this game. He doesn't really care about your meager CC over on the side of Team WE.
Yumi gets Mikhail's later, too. Like, not too worried.
Yeah, just in case.
I am really curious to see what happens when Monki decides to interact with the map, though, because he has really been building up his economy here. And rushing what looks to be maybe a Spear of Shojin, as the double Ruby Crystal doesn't go into an Eclipse, or still could be, probably not Sundered Sky either, right? With the build paths we have with the Thunder. So I think that's actually something to look out for, is Scout has to flash.
And Karis is putting in work. I know it's a favorable matchup for Akali, but he's doing well here.
Yeah, this is nice. Again, the Sejuani plus Yone, very good, but Akali, one of the champions that can kind of play around it thanks to the Shroud. Getting out of that, so been good for Karis. Again, his Akali is 3-0 so far this split.
One of these mid laners is no longer going to be unbeaten on these champions.
And he also... Oh, that was actually really cute. He gets that
Respect.
off. Yeah, I mean... Also the double pog in both of Team WE's wins, which is the real important one to note.
Wave crashing into the bottom side here as the Dragon is up in 15 seconds. A second plate going to go over for the bot side here as Monki and Karis ready to go in. At least try to do something to scout here, put some pressure on us. This is really the first we've seen Monki interact with any other champion on the map. Now Shuna is coming in here. He gets spotted, but Karis is out of energy. He's able to hop backward, and he'll be fine and look to link up with the rest of the team.
I think Monki, like, they're just kind of tickling him to at least get some things out. But yeah, they're just going to set up for the Dragon. There's push mid, there's push bot, and with the Ezreal, this has to be given over. Do you think it's really important that, again, Team WE, they're going up against Ezreal Yumi. Like, they're going to get outscaled this game. We talked about that a lot in drafts. So the fact they've taken both these Dragons on time is big.
Very good stuff. As Mixing has now hopped on Shun. They make a look at Karis, but nothing really going on as they failed to clear out this ward. They do finally get it as the Dragon goes the way of Team WE. Do have an Ocean Soul, which could be relevant later if they are able to continue to get these Dragons on time. It will get harder as the game progresses. Remember, Ezreal spikes pretty hard on 2 items. Scout on this Yone will spike hard on 2 items. So those are going to be the moments to watch for as we wade through this. We're nearly 13 minutes into this game, and things are even in gold.
The choice of Yone there. Just hit E and snap back, and it's fine. He farms on up. Even in gold, still 2 Dragons being taken by WE is good. They have secured objective feat, so it will be a first brick rush where they have 3 grubs, and they're going up against an Ezreal. So I expect to see an overload now from Team WE to try and secure first brick and secure feats for themselves.
Yeah, they've got all their items right now. Peyz is still
They should go attack Yone. This is kind of a weird rotation from JDG. I can understand wanting Ezreal and Yumi mid, but there is a window where they could 3v1 to Yone. Shun's not here yet. And, okay, they didn't spot him. Monkey's going to play for the camp.
All right, Shun's heading down here. He is really tanky. Peyz and Missing are on their way, too. Monkey a little bit too far forward. He's going to Cataclysm Shun. Scout to the back line. Fate Sealed is only going to land on the one Ezreal. Coming through doing good damage. But Allah in on the teleport. Cube teleports in a little too close. Chunks out Shun. Is able to slide his way out. So a lot of scrapping, but not a lot of killing. But now they're going to look for Peyz. They're going to find the knockoff of the exhaust is on the Monkey. He's going to take good damage, and Allah is in there. Dead. And Allah's in a 1v5, and he falls to Taeyoon as Peyz in the back of the pit is forced to flash over the wall. Curtain call coming out. First shot misses. Second shot lands. Third shot lands. Fourth shot does not hit.
Yeah, I will say Allah did go down, but his Hextech ultimatum that actually pushed Vampire out as the Karma, and he had a tether down on Peyz. So I know that Allah went down. I do think he saved Peyz with that play, which I'd say the Ezreal more valuable this game, just given the composition. So I know that looked a little bit grief from Allah. I don't know if we're going to get a replay of that one or not, but the Hextech Ultimatum, it did push that tether away. So I know that looked a little bit weird. I actually think that was all right from Allah.
And I'm curious what you think about this kill going over to Taeyoon, right? I think that
it's whatever.
While he'll be fine, you'd much rather have it on your mid or your top laner.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's whatever. As Cube, yeah, went in a little bit hard, and this is a really good W from Taeyoon. You're going to see a little bit of a terrain diff here, as the projectile still ended up connecting. That's because he's higher up on terrain, how it works. And watch this tether from Vampire. See the Hextech Ultimatum? It pushed him out.
That was smart. Good eye.
Yeah, I think Peyz still had a way to get out of that one, but I think that's why Allah went in. So again, I think it looked a little bit weird, but we'll give Allah a little bit of credit there. I think it's just trying to protect Peyz, which is warranted in this draft.
Yeah, it's vital, because if Peyz dies, that means Missing usually is dying too.
Yeah.
So that is something to keep an eye out. You really trade one death instead of giving away two.
Moonstone's in. That's big.
Yep. And this Herald is up too. JDG are on it right now. Monki coming around from the top side here. As the cat is on the boar. Scout looking for Monki. He was able to hop out to the side. Karis is on the top side here. Monki's hovering around, but it doesn't look like they're really interested in getting this Rift Herald. So looks like it'll go over to the side of JDG.
I think they want first brick. Or do they want to fight?
Monki getting slowed up. Now he's going to look for Scout. They find Scout. They root him up. They CC and lock him down. He finally falls. Allah's on top of Taeyoon right now. But Cube and Karis are starting to run this fight. Karis over the wall. Makes the play. But Allah's there too. And they turn on to Karis. And Peyz is pumping out damage. Down goes Karis. Peyz is fine. Cube has to run. Allah not going to be able to knock him out of the blast cone, but Cube is stuck between a rock and a hard place and will fall, and JDG convincingly win this fight 4-for-2.
They threw everything at Scout. They took him down early, but the rest of the fight, they ignored Peyz. You cannot ignore Peyz in the Ezreal in this draft. I know it's hard to get through him and the Yuumi, but Peyz made them feel the pain in the back half as he was able to play that one out undeterred.
It's exactly as we said earlier, Cubby. There are too many threats for JDG, and Team WE cannot handle all of them.
I'm really down with the execute they had on the Scout. I'm just shocked they ignored Peyz in the back half. I want to see the fight from Karis' perspective. It's Karis' job to take down the Ezreal. And this engage from Monki, he finds Scout like this is actually pretty decent. They find the W. It's really well sunk up. I'm just really surprised that Karis, that Q's fine. It does take Scout down. That Q missed Peyz. He sidestepped it. And then he's going for the Sejuani. Who cares? I don't give a rat's ass about this this boar, man. Go get the Ezreal. And Karis not doing that was the big problem.
Couldn't agree more, Cubby. As Peyz, against multiple big damage dealers, has about half HP at the end of that fight, 40% HP. It is tough to deal with. Rift Herald get expended in the mid lane for good damage on that turret. And now we have this dragon up. Team WE need this dragon before this game starts to slip away from them.
It really feels like the game's already kind of out of their control. I think Soul is the only thing that's helping them, and
Teleport
this is the worst
coming in.
Soul they could have rolled, frankly. Like, Ocean Soul is just kind of going to match the sustain that JDG has.
Here we go. Who's going to win the smite fight? It's secured by Vampire. Ezreal coming through doing good damage. Taeyoon got targeted, but he cleanses. And now he's got to get out of there, but Allah is going to start running amok now. Drops the Hextech Ultimatum on top of Vampire. He's got nowhere to go. It's 2 kills for JDG.
It's too easy. They've already outscaled him. All this farming from Monki, yeah, he got a lead. I don't think he drove it home big enough. I still really question taking the 3 grubs for free and not trying to attack Shun when they had people on that side of the map. We said that we really like JDG's draft coming in. The scaling's been good.
Here we go. Fate Seal. It lands onto both of them. But he goes a little bit too deep. Taeyoon was hanging around too. A little bit of healing up. Scout's got to snap back. But he gets 4th shotted by Taeyoon. No further roots coming out, but here comes the curtain call. It looks like Karis and Cube are out though, so it's just a little bit of, you know, just a little bit cosmetic damage that would go into anybody, if anything.
That was a weird one from Scout. He didn't get anything significant out in terms of flashes or anything, and he burned a flash himself, so
come on,
that's an oopsie. That said, we'll say first brick was secured, so at least Feats did go over to JDG, and JDG is continuing to take the steps in the right direction to win this one. Again, the scaling of the Ezreal Yuumi going to be big, and I really feel like WE, it was so imperative for them to win hard in the first 10-15 minutes, and yeah, I understand Monki getting economy, but it just doesn't matter. Hey, look at Shun. Because he's done a better job at participating in these kills and just being Sejuani, he's fine. And so, again, this Jarvan pick, it kind of felt weird because it's tough to lock down what was showing from JDG. These first couple fights where he's not big, or didn't drive home that 2-level lead when he could have, like when it was 5-7, I think it's really kind of bit him and WE in the butt. As it was actually the smite that came down from Shun that barely missed was secured by Vampire. And then, yeah, this chase, like, it's a front to back. Karis can never go in, and if Karis can't get on Ezreal in this back line, it fight's over before it starts, man.
Yeah, there's just too many strong champions on the side of JDG. Again, you just can't handle all of them. Peyz is on his 2-item spike now, Cubby, we were talking about. This is where JDG can really pull away, and they already have. You know, they're up 2,500 gold right now. It's not completely over for Team WE, but again, it's really hard to see the angles for them to try and pull victory out of this game.
The crazy thing is, Yanni, there's a 1v1 for side select for Game 5. Blue side has won every game of this series so far. Shout out to JDG choosing red side Game 1. Yeah. And this could kind of come down to you know, whoever wins that 1v1 and gets blue side being a big advantage.
They're hoping it down to Otacon, by the way. 5,000 HP and getting lower. Teleport
Monkey's
coming
here
in on the backside here from Q. Monkey trying to get in there. He's got the Cataclysm out. It's secured by Karis, and now they're going to turn on to Monkey. The question is, can WE evacuate the area? Cube is getting out. Karis is teleporting, and they can't stop this man. And it's Grand Theft Auto here for Team WE.
It's worth. I think they get mid-outer too, as all that time, real estate invested by JDG goes to the wayside. They kill the jungler, but the job was done. So mid-outer going to fall, and WE, they'll take that. I don't know how much that changes the game, but it's something. Again, I think Ocean Soul this game is like fake. It's really fake. You have an Ocean Soul against the Yuumi. Yuumi is pretty much Ocean Soul for like the rest of the team with Moonstone, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you get everything you can. Honestly, you know, if you're Team WE, you need Otacon to try to win this game. You need Ocean Soul to try to win this game. And I think the best part about maybe getting an early Ocean Soul for Team WE is not just the Ocean Soul, but the fact that it's not totally doomed when Elder Dragon comes up unless you fall even further behind, right?
Yeah, true.
It's an easier flip.
Also, like the Camille Yone 1-3-1 is kind of scary. So you're up against that. And I will say that the stacked up weighted steel caps, it looks good for Team WE, but it makes eating any of these glacial prisons feel a little bit worse. Obviously, steel caps are the right move across the board, but
yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
You just gotta do it. I mean, maybe if we see more armor items coming out, then potentially things are looking a little bit better for WE. They don't have any good Thormail users though, is the issue. That would go so hard in this game.
Yeah, you see Karma has heal cut, and that's it so far. Kind of wondering if that changes at all. I feel like Akali picking up an Oblivion Orb, like, I don't know if I love that one or not. You could just build Bramble on Jarvan and just kind of call it a day. It's fine. You're going to get to 2 items and be chill after that. They have spotted Peyz.
Yeah. We're looking to congregate up here. Monkey trying to get to the backside, disrupted by Shun. Peyz is going to shift out. Scout over on the side, goes down. They're going to try to convert it over to Allah, and over on the backside, Monkey in a little bit of trouble here as Karis is caught in the cage.
Hold on.
Vampire getting low. They managed to find a double kill there. Karis maybe wants to go for a little bit more as he gets stunned up by Shun. Peyz getting chased down. He's in the back of the pit. He's got nowhere to go, and they find him. Team WE with no quit in them, and they're going to find Shun on the backside too if this curtain call lands. No, they're not going to find him. They find him! It's Soul for WE!
Taeyoon finds the snipe. WE finds the Ocean Soul. And JDG truly in shambles. I need a replay of that one. Scout got blown up, had flash, had ult, goes down as Karis got the best of him. And that engage from Monkey looked goofy. It looked bad. It ends up working out. They kill the pieces around Peyz this time. We're actually able to get on top of them. That's Ocean Soul secure. This still wasn't the best roll for the game, but it's something. As again, Monkey just brute forcing. I was a little bit late, so you have numbers early. And Cube, Karis just destroy Scout. Ava's up next, and it's kind of a split fight. Monkey was able to retreat back with the Karma. And yeah, like, Peyz is getting work done, but because they had numbers early on and Karis just doing hella work here on the Akali, They were able to take away the front line from Peyz, who was not able to retreat fast enough or far enough to escape. And that... What is going on tonight, Yanni? This is the last result I thought that we were going to sign up for. Well, it was Team WE maybe taking a 3-1 and playing a damn close game 4. I mean, Ocean Soul an even gold lead. It is going to be a lot of value and neutralize a lot of the power of the Yuumi coming in and fights. It does force heal cut. It needs to be built here for JDG.
Scout needs to find his old world's form and fast,
God,
bro,
man.
because he's running out of time, and his team are running out of time, man. The 2021 world champion is a far cry from what he was, and he needs to find a way to step up. They're going to engage on to the Sejuani here. Monki goes in. He's in a little bit of trouble. Cubby gets to the back line. They find missing here,
Yuumi.
and they're on top of Peyz too. He's got to shift over the wall.
Attached?
Fade sealed coming down onto Cubby. But guess what? Peyz goes down. Karis is playing so damn well as Team WE do it again, baby.
Where were you when Karis was smurfing on Scout in a best-of-5? Team WE, they don't want to play the 1v1 for side select for Game 5. They want to find the one red side win of the series to secure it for themselves. Why was Missing not attached? What happened in that fight, Yanni? And why are we taking a fight like that to the choke? The Glacial Prison was so early on the Vampire where no one could follow up. JDG are starting to panic, and their series looks, or their season, their split looks like it's coming to a close.
Oh, shoot, is walking into a 4th shot. He's got to walk away, and he dies to the deadly flourish. There you go. That's going to be Baron going over to Team WE. Cubby, this is incredible what we're seeing out of this team that we thought was going to be a Group Nirvana team going into split 2 placements. This is a team that we
JDG
thought
doing?
was, you know, going to just beat LGD and nothing more. And yes, they did lose to Anyone's Legend, but they are fighting and they are winning against JDG.
Missing was caught out by the Ambessa ultimate. The cat was publicly executed because the cat wasn't sitting with anyone else. Karis found Peyz in the brush as he annihilates the back half of the fight. And I don't know why Shun was there or playing that early. He's not playing with the solo laners, as both Scout and Awa were late, and that wasn't on them. That was kind of on Shun being there too early. I know that with... I mean, what's going on with Team WE? I have no idea, man. Taeyoon and Karis overcoming Scout and Peyz in a best-of-5 just feels illegal on paper. But Karis, he might just be the 3-time Pog in the series to take down Scout. He's been outperforming Scout all series. Okay, game 2, maybe not, but it wasn't that brutal from him. Anyway, I'm going to ignore caveats here.
Hey, listen, you know what? It doesn't fit our narrative.
No, it's, but like, again, Team WE coming into the day 0-11 against the top 5 teams. And they're dunking JDG. Like, JDG has a scaling comp with the fact that they were able to stack up these dragons. Secure, they're just straight up fighting better, too. Like, this is a team that's actually playing on the same page, the power of friendship. That's been the criticism of JDG all split, is that they haven't been able to put it together. And you can see, like, these deadly flourishes. Look at how quick and snappy they are from Taeyoon to follow up Monki. I know it's a small thing, but you have that versus how split JDG is with Shun fighting without the team or missing, you know, getting caught trying to hop bodies during a fight as Yuumi. It's just awkward from JDG, whereas WE, the names on paper, they may not have the pedigree, but they've got something between the 5 of them that JDG just doesn't have.
They got heart. That's what they have, Cubby. As Team WE are playing hard and playing to win. They find Peyz. They find Shun. They find Missing. And they are going to find a series victory. Here we go. Looking to put the nail in the coffin. Allah is the target. He will fall. Scout will go over the wall. He will snap back, and his reality is grim. They have been denied 11 times, and on the 12th time, the ride attendant says, you are tall enough to ride the LPL roller coaster. Team WE are moving on. They have knocked out JDG, and they will face Top Esports.
Oh my goodness, Team WE. Elation on their faces. The fans going wild in JDG's home arena in Beijing as JDG flunks out of playoffs. A humongous disappointment in Split 2. And a team that so many people were hopeful. We're going to go to MSI. represent the LPL are going to have to watch it from Galveston. They're going to Galveston after this one, Yanni. They don't deserve anything else, as JDG could not put it together, and the power of friendship overcomes them in the end.
Wow. Team WE, so impressive. Again, a team that they were playing with house money. They beat LGD, and it's something that we expected, but many thought it was going to be close. Some thought that LGD was going to win. They managed to beat them. They go up against anyone's legend. We're expecting a 3-0. They deliver a 3-0, and then it's like, damn, we got to play against JDG. JDG got sent to the bottom of the bracket, and then that perversive thought, hey, JDG, they lost to Weibo. Maybe we can beat them. And they smacked JDG in this series. It was not close in some of these games.
I cannot believe the collapse of JDG, man. Like, again, this was a team, like, it felt like the pieces, there was a lot of pieces left over from the offseason that just kind of ended up coming together. And you look at a team with like Peyz and Scout, I mean, that's real pedigree. You throw in Shun too, coming off of a World Finals appearance, being the heroic sub to help out with BOG. Missing, who was a part of that JDG Golden Road team, right? And these guys just did not put it together. They did not figure it out this split. Scout played abysmally today. In a way where, like, as someone that was, again, very critical of Scout this split, I could not believe how bad he played in this series. Again, getting smurfed on by Karis for a series is not a way you want to go out, Yanni. And Karis, man, them and Taeyoon, that is a monumental win for Team WE in terms of them just, again, proving that this is a team that truly is greater than the sum of their parts. They have not been able to take down a top 5 team, all split in the LPL, and they do so when it matters in an elimination playoff series.
1-11, baby, and guess what? They're looking for 2-11 their next time out. They are a team that you cannot take lightly now after beating JDG. Yes, Scout did not perform. Yes, there were a lot of pieces on JDG that did not do well. Missing did not perform. But guess what? Top Esports, they're kind of in that same boat too. They got sent down to the losers bracket. When things are do or die, Cubby, weird stuff can happen. And Team WE, I am shocked at this result. You and I, both coming into it, thought this was going to be a 3-0, not just on our predictions, but behind the scenes too. We were expecting to be done and dusted about 30 minutes ago, and when we got done, if it went 4, we thought it was going to be for JDG, and instead, Team WE shocked the LPL. They play so well. Karis, out of his mind in this series, the guy that has gotten a lot of blame on this team. When you talk about Cube, who's really been stable, when you talk about Monki and Vampire, the big drivers, and Taeyoon the Rock, Karis has been the one that we've really doubted, and he showed up today, beating and ousting Scout and the rest of JDG from the Split 2 playoffs.
I cannot believe that, man. That's crazy.
Incredible.
Like the way, like how bad Scout played too. I mean, you never want to root against a player, but I never saw that on my bingo card. Him just getting gapped like that against Karis. I guess if you're JDG, man, you got to go back to the drawing board. I don't know what's going on, but it's been really clear throughout 2 splits. They just have not been able to put the pieces together to play as a cohesive unit. And we see it in some games, some maps, and in others we don't. And I'm really curious to see what happens with this team going into split 3, because they're going to be in group ascension. They're going to be a team to watch. They've got big names, but are all 5 big names to be back? I'm not sure. It's going to be really interesting.
Dude, I don't know either, man. Like, missing just... I hate to laugh, bro, but like, there's just so many questionable deaths on Yuumi. They literally put him on Yuumi so he would not do that. And he had so many questionable deaths. It's like, it's actually mind-boggling how that was able to happen. Right? I don't actually understand. This is the most LPL gold graph of all time, brother.
It's a scaling team. I mean,
scaling who?
You don't have like all the CC to deal with the Kali, but you're the scaling team, and they just fought terribly. In a lot of chokes and moments, like, just not warranted. Again, JDG, look at the names on paper. You're like, how can they lose 3-1 to this roster in Team WE? Man, they sure as hell deserve to lose 3-1 with how they played today. It was not good enough. Team WE, they were the better team. I don't care what the names are. It's about how you play as a team.
Nameplates off, baby. Nameplates off.
Yeah, WE were better.
I'm so impressed with what they did. I'm really happy for these guys because, you know, they had a rough start to the split. Again, we thought they were going to be a Group Nirvana team. They started off really rough, and we're like, yeah, maybe they should have been a Group Nirvana team. They got really hot in the middle. They won on a what, a 6-1 stretch to kind of even themselves up. And we
06
thought, hey,
to 6-6,
maybe,
yeah,
maybe they'd be able to contend for like that 4th place spot because things were really muddied for a while. They ended up settling in that 6th place spot, a 7-11 finish, which was, again, that means a 1-5 finish, really, really bad. And they just managed to turn it on when they needed to, right? You know, again, we expected them to beat LGD, but this was really the hallmark series. We knew they were going to lose to anyone's legend, right? But this one, not only building confidence to move forward, but they showed us something in this game. We talked early in the broadcast saying it's not enough to just win. You need to show that you have what it takes to be able to beat top esports. And I have to be honest with you, if Team WE plays like this in the next series, I don't know if they're going to win, but they're going to make damn sure it's competitive.
I'm not predicting a 3-0, that's for sure. I think WE at least gets a map off of top esports with some of the form we've seen from them too. This fight, I just cannot believe that Shun was ulting Vampire like that. Like, it was so early before people come in, and then of course, Missing gets one shot. Karis, the job of the Akali to hunt the backline, was able to find Peyz. Just so incredibly split by JDG. And JDG, oh, it's got this E from Paris. Yeah, I don't know if you guys missed that one, but we E'd straight into the Jarvan EQ. He looks like me out there with that one. As Peyz was fantastic all series. Not a fantastic moment to end the series. And I gotta say, Peyz, he is your first team All-Pro for both the official LPL and our unofficial LPL English broadcast. And I think JDG going into the offseason, you got to start asking some questions, man.
Yeah.
Got to start asking some questions.
I just don't know what you do, right? I mean, it feels so weird that, I mean, you know, I hate to say that. Oh my God, look at the emotion coming out. This is.
How about that? Like, if you're a real fan of Team
WE, for
if you're
Team
a fan,
WE's victory, that is incredible.
I mean, if I'm going to go back to some history here, Yanni. How about Messiah for a name? You know, how about Zhao Wei Zhao in the bot lane, or Chao Mei? And this was the original great LPL team, the victors of IPL 5, what some of the old heads consider the best League of Legends tournament ever played. It has been a damn long road back for Team WE, doing it with Teacher Ma, by the way, behind the scenes, who was the mid laner part of some pretty tough Team WE rosters, but hey, a personal favorite of mine because he was clearing 3 waves and walking bot. You know, that's how
he's a proud papa, brother. He's a proud papa of this team. We talked about in game 1. You saw him get excited when Team WE won the game. And I don't even know if he knew that he would have this much excitement after a series with Team WE winning 3-1. Dude, that was such a powerful imagery, just seeing these people in the crowd crying over watching their favorite team win. And this is just, you know, like round 2 in the, or I'm sorry, round 1
Karis
in the losers bracket, right? Karis getting the triple pog, that's incredible. But like, just to think that this is just round 1 in the lower bracket, and to see that emotion come out from these fans. These are people, as somebody who came from a sports fan base that was pained for a long time, these are people who have waited a long time to see any success come out of their team. It is paying off in spades. This team is playing with house money. I'm excited to see their next match against Top Esports. I want to see how hot they come in, Cubby.
Well, it's going to take me a while to go to bed after that one, Yanni. I got to.
Oh, yeah, me too, brother. I am amped.
That was crazy. That was actually crazy. Shout out to Team WE. What a performance from them. And, man, for JDG, really curious to see what happens with them in the upcoming offseason. I hate to say it, but this team has not come together. They have some people that are underperforming, and
it's time to make a change.
High. Yeah, stakes are high when you're playing at that level. I'm really curious to see what happens.
Hey, you mean to tell me you build a team like this, you don't go to First Stand, you don't go to MSI? You better be damn sure you're making it to Worlds. You need to do something here.
You bomb out of the Demacia Cup too.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're right. You're objectively correct. You know what else is objectively correct? Our bracket, because we have it updated for you. I believe we have it updated at least. If we could pull that up in just a moment. Okay, we don't have it updated. We can just pull it up anyway, though, if we don't have it updated, because we can just do the update ourselves, to be quite honest with you. Because, you know, we got to make sure that we are at least showing the people. It is not updated, but on the bottom, Team WE will be facing Top Esports. Weibo Gaming, IG, Top Esports, Team WE, all in the lower bracket. Absolute cinema going into the second round.
I cannot believe what happened tonight. That it's so funny to me that JDG, they ended up with Weibo Gaming because WE were picked early by AL. They lose 3-2 to Weibo, and then the team they were supposed to face in WE goes and smacks them in the lower bracket as Karis gets a triple pog over Scout, and they find the 3-1. If we have our predictions graphic, I know I'm throwing a curveball at our producer.
Yeah. Let's pull that up.
If you want to see how ridiculous
see how wrong
this
we
was
were
from us on the team, look at that. Even Kelsey Moser with the so-called troll vote, it might just be Gigabrain. As you can see, just how in line our team was with a JDG dominant victory.
Who was our singular winner?
I
don't recognize this profile picture. I'm so sorry.
Neither. I'm gonna check our Discord to see if we actually have an answer. But
yeah, somebody
crazy.
Please in our Discord, in our general chat, add us so we know
or text comms.
who this is.
Congrats
or, yes,
to you,
please, because we need to shout this person out.
I want whatever you were drinking when you said 3-1. You know,
yes,
Team WE
honestly.
going into this. Oh my God. Wow.
Absolute cinema. Absolutely insane. Oh my goodness, Cubby. Well, while we did not have the updated graphic, you know what else we have updated? We have our Elite Coffee supporters updated because we have a new person to add. We want to thank our 4 Elite Coffee supporters, Aaron Soup, Mong Force Without, and the newly owners of a Silmaril. Yes, we updated that one. Ooh. Because their pledged financial contributions help level up the broadcast and give back to the cast and crew who's tried to give you an English LPL product every day. Without them, maybe, just maybe, we are not watching this absolute cinema of a game. Big shout out to Zach. Zach was the one who predicted correctly. Team WE 3-1. This dude is absolutely off his rocker. He knew. He had it downloaded. Honestly, crazy, crazy stuff. And Cubby, we are going to have a singular day break. There will be no LPL on Friday, but there will be LPL on Saturday and Sunday. It'll be Weibo Gaming versus IG at 5 p.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Pacific. And wherever the hell else you are in the world, you can figure it out yourself. And then it'll be on Sunday, Top Esports versus Team WE at that same time. Cubby, your thoughts about those series before we close ourselves out?
I have no other thoughts. That was ballistic, what we just saw. Shout out to Team WE. This is why we play the games, man. Never know what can happen when you get on the wrist, especially with Fearless Draft. I thought WE, I mean, they had better drafts in a couple of the games, and then they mentally dipped them in that game 4 for me. But, man, shout out to those players. I mean, I know we always say it and joke, but a lot of these guys were rejects in other teams and other regions. For them to actually be able to surpass a team like, I mean, Peyz, Scout, and Shun have all played in and won finals at international levels. For these guys that couldn't even cut it just to make it into the LCK, we're kind of journeyman between that and the LCK Challengers League. Man, that's really motivating. That's why you stick with it. That was really fun to cast, and yeah, shout out to Karis with the triple pog. I still cannot believe that, man. That is ridiculous.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
Is it Kali's 4 now? It's got to be respected.
He just diff Scout in the mid lane, bro. We'll see if Karis, the guy who was much maligned on this team now after the players have kind of gone through Split 2, he is going through his own development, his own metamorphosis, and he's going to have to do it again against Top Esports on Sunday. But that will be it for our broadcast here today. Big shout out to my co-caster Cubby, to Chippy behind the glass, and everybody on the LPL English broadcast behind the scenes, helping us deliver a product to the people that we really need to shout out. You, all the viewers watching at home. Without you guys, there's no reason to actually cast these games. We want to thank you all so much for being here with us today, and we hope to see you on Saturday for some more LPL playoffs action.